A huge thank you and shout out to Inchenon Kia for providing me this vehicle for today's video. I'm linking their number below. If you are in the market for a new Syros or any Kia vehicle for that matter, do give these guys a call. They are one of the best in the business. This is the all-new Kia Syros. We have the HTX version with the petrol manual here on test today. This is what it looks like from the front. This is the HTX model. You can denote that by the dual LED setup over here, which looks really good. On the HTX you get 16-inch alloy wheels, and on the more higher trims you get 17 inches. And on the base you get steel discs, 15-inch steel discs. Overall side profile of the car is very boxy, a very tall car. This is a sub 4 meter car, but this is really big. Lot of glass areas. You also get a working roof rail. This is the back portion where you have a spoiler. And on the HTX version you get defoggers with a rear wiper. Let's quickly check out the boot space. .465 liters of boot space. It is a very deep boot, although this is a high lip, so you'll have to lift your luggage inside. I do not like these door openers where this is too complicated. There is tons of space in the back. This is where the Syros is going to shine, in the space inside the cabin. And the back seats do recline, and they also adjust for reach like this, and you can recline your seats like this. So there is no doubt there is a lot of space. And the door card design is very funky and unique. You can see there is this greyish blue with dark grey, aluminium painted finishes for your door pullers. Everything has that very futuristic look. The interiors are very nice, very clean design, very futuristic in my opinion. Feels like it was designed by IKEA. The key is, in the HTX version, a remote key where there is no physical key. You have buttons over here for lock, unlock, and you just have to put this here. There's an engine start stop button over here, and she comes to life. All of this is painted grey plastic, which is very nice, very clean looking. There is a lot of texture over here, and there's a different material over here. You get a 12.3-inch infotainment system from the base model, which has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay wireless. You also get another 12.3-inch driver display over here, and on the full option version there is another screen here for your HVAC controls. But in my opinion that is not needed, because you do get physical controls over here for your AC system. You do get USB-C charging options, and you get a hidden 12-volt power socket over there. You get a switch over here for your camera, opening up the rear view camera. This is the manual, 6-speed manual, and the reverse gear. There is a puller over here, and that is how you engage reverse. You do get guidelines for your reversing camera, and the steering wheel is very lovely to use. Like, this is very nice. It's leather wrapped. You do get that blue leather over here, and the outside edge is finished in grey, like same combination as in here. And all of the switches have that nice tactile feeling to them. It feels like a PlayStation 5 controller. The level of quality is there. That was a bug. So, where was I? Yes. This is a very futuristic design where it is flat bottomed and flat top. So, you feel like a Tesla yoke system maybe. I don't know, you tell me in the comment sections below. You don't get mirrors in the sun visors. You do get a mirror over there, but no light. You do get a sunglass holder. And you get a huge panoramic sunroof. Which is pretty nice. You get lights. A very soft animation for the lights, which is pretty good. And now let's go for the drive. The car we have here today is the 1 litre turbo petrol making around 114 bhp, made it to the 6-speed manual gearbox, and performance is adequate for a car in this segment, but the main highlight is the manual gearbox. The clutch action is very soft, very smooth, and the gears have a very springy texture to them where the gates are well defined, the notches feel really good. It is a very satisfying gear lever system to use. Brakes are also very solid and responsive. Although you only get front disc brakes in the manual models, and on the automatic models you get 4 disc brakes. That is very weird, but that is what you get. The Syros is best when it's driven in a very sedate manner. For example, I'll drop my speed all the way to 50. I can switch it into 6th gear, and as you can see, we are doing 55. We are in 6th gear right now. The car is not vibrating, it is not shuddering. It is comfortable going on like this, and this is the main highlight of the Syros. It is a very calm and relaxing car to drive. It does not create much of a fuss. The cabin is well insulated. If you keep shifting at a lower RPM, you hardly hear the 3-cylinder engine working. We are in 5th gear at 46 kilometers. Car is fine. And the suspension, it is bouncy. The car will throw you around, but it is not a very sharp or jarring thump. It has that head nod feel. It is mainly due to the tall design language of the Syros. So there is that body roll or that body throw, but other than that, the suspension feels damp to me, especially in this HTX trim with the 16-inch alloy wheels rather than the 17 inches found on the full option version. So I believe that alloy wheel setup and tire setup offers more profile and thus creating a better ride. It is not the most comfortable car out there, but it is soft and damp enough where that it won't be a concern for you. And the steering wheel is very light. It is an electrically assisted power steering unit. It is very light, so inside the city it is going to be a joy to use. Out on the highway doing high speeds, it will not instill the best of confidence. But again, this car is not made for high speed driving or cornering. It is meant to do your daily 9 to 5 commute, and is designed to help you relax in that commute, and it does that very well. The sound system is also very nice. It is nothing too outlandish, but again it does a very good job. And overall, the design layout and everything inside the cabin makes you feel calm. It instantly lowers your blood pressure, if that makes any sense. Just because the way it is designed, it is clutter free. Although there are buttons are not at all removed completely. There are physical buttons, but it is well integrated into the dash. It is not busy at all, and that creates a very lovely driving experience for the Syros. And talking about mileage, you will get realistically around 14 to 15 in the real world with the petrol options, and for the diesels you might get around 18 max or 20 max out on the highway. That is not what Kia says, but that is what I'm saying out of experience. A normal 1 litre 3-cylinder turbo petrol should deliver around 14 to 15 inside the city combined driving, and the diesels, well, we know, are strong when it comes to mileage, so you could expect 18 or 19 with the diesels. The glass area inside the car is huge. There is no sense of claustrophobia inside this car at all. All of the light is getting into the cabin. I feel like I'm on display inside a showroom. It is that airy and that full of light inside this cabin. It is just fantastic. So that was my POV drive review with the all new Kia Syros. What did you think? Please let me know by writing down in the comment sections below. Like this video, share this video with your friends and family, and if you're new here, do consider subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. We'll catch you pretty soon with another video. Till then, have fun, drive safe, and God bless. Bye.